how's it going, Justin?
Hey, pretty good, Justin. Nice to meet you. I'm Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh. All right, so I'm the sales director here at Remax, and before we get started, I would just like to let you know I'm just going to have my laptop here as notes, as long as you're okay with that. Just
Yeah,
to make
absolutely.
Sure
Hey,
we're on track.
by the way, Justin, I brought you my resume. I know I sent it in, but I just wanted to bring you one in case you want to review it.
I've reviewed your resume once before, but I always like to see the initiative to be prepared and come prepared. Good stuff you have on the resume. Very interesting stuff.
Thank you.
So let's just get some small talk going. Let's get a little bit of about you. What are some things you like to do?
I love to play piano. That's one of my favorite things. It's a huge hobby of mine. I've been doing it for a while. I guess another thing is I'm just really into fitness, any kind of fitness. You know, I wrestled in high school. I went into, like different kinds of bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit. I mean, I've done so much stuff, and I love just exploring different types of fitness and just seeing what my body can do. And that's just one thing that I really love is just kind of just testing the waters and seeing like, hey, I've never, just jump into a martial art for a few months and just see if I love it.
That's interesting you say that. I'm actually very into fitness and stuff like that, so that's something cool that we have in common.
Yeah.
So while I have you here, you didn't have any problems with the process so far, all the calls and the video?
No, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm sure I've worked for a couple of real estate companies already. I was with Keller Williams my first year. I was with EXP my second year. I'm still with them right now. But I just flew out here from Louisiana. So that's where I work. I'm actually looking to relocate here in California. And that's why I really like Remax, because I know Remax is huge in California.
Yes.
So I'm working on my license right now. I'm trying to transfer it over to California. And in a few months after I graduate college, I'm thinking about going over there and just hit the ground running and just see what it's about.
Awesome, man. I love that. Yeah, it's really nice here. It's awesome to see someone coming from Louisiana to try and branch off and try new things. So anyway, I got a few questions for you, and there's some time at the end for anything you have to ask me. I know you probably have some questions.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, let's just start off with something pretty basic. I want you to just tell me a little bit how you prepare for this interview.
Well, this is funny, I have a mentor online, just through social media. This guy named Ricky Caruth. He's huge in Remax over in Alabama. And I've been studying him for so long about just how to get better at my game and how to get clients, how to get better at real estate. So he uses Remax, of course, in all of his scripts, and he talks about, he kind of sprinkles Remax a little bit into a lot of the stuff that he does. So it kind of intrigued me a little bit, and I was looking at of course, your website and a lot of different agents I know, and it just seems like a really good fit because I see so many high-producing agents. I know you guys have a lot of events, and I know there's one coming up, right, in a couple of months.
Yeah, we have one next month. It's going to be a big thing. Very helpful if you ever make it there.
So I've done a lot of research, of course. I've got a resume. So most of my preparation has just been studying you guys for a while, and specifically the guys that work for you, the guys at the top. I haven't done too much research on the California market, but I know a lot of it is great. San Diego in general, where we're at right now, is definitely more of a suburban area. So that's kind of where I was thinking, is a little bit out of the city, and
Oh, that's awesome, man. It's always good to see a lot of the initiative that you're taking and the interest you have in our company already. We love to see that here. So let's see. You've elaborated a little bit on your past work experience before, but tell me which one was your favorite and why it was.
So I know this may seem weird, but it actually wasn't in real estate. I love real estate, and that's definitely something I want to do for the next 5-10 years, whatever. Definitely make it one of my first major careers. But I actually got into sales when I started college. I got into this weird kitchen knife company called Cutco. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, we do a lot of closing gifts with different realtors, but I started just going to houses and selling kitchen products, knives, just cutting pineapples, and cutting pennies in half, and just trying to make people laugh, and just just building the connection. And it was through referrals, and so they didn't let me cold call or go door to door or anything like that. So it was really tough, and it made me think outside the box of how to network and how to meet people and really build my skills. So we went to, just like you guys, we went to conferences, and they made us read books and go to different trainings. So I got a lot of experience over there, and I had such a blast through college because I wasn't, while I was working, I felt like I wasn't really working because I was working on myself. Yeah, and it was really great because I got the experience of real life sales falling on my butt constantly.
Of course.
But what was cool is I had a lot more greater achievements and all those accolades. But it's really cool to look back and say, wow, through college I was actually able to go and do something that matters, and that kind of helped me. So that's what I really love the most about what's on my resume, of course, but going into real estate, I definitely want to kind of transition that into, into what you guys are doing here.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I actually know a few people who work for Cutco, and we respect Cutco greatly as a company and what they've done, and how well they perceive themselves and how well people see them in the market. And yeah, sales jobs are great because realty in itself is almost very similar in the sense of sales. Let's see, what else? Let's see. From what your current role is, why do you think that would make you a better salesman, even in realty?
So I'm technically still doing real estate, so I know you guys do things a little differently, and you guys have different scripts and stuff, but I think because I'm fundamentally doing the same thing, I know Louisiana has a way different market and of course a way lower price point. Yes. Our average is about $200,000 in Baton Rouge, and I know San Diego is about what, $650,000.
Yeah, it's up there. It's 650, 700. Yeah, it's a lot more.
And I was looking in LA, man, it was at least $1 million per house. So the price point, of course, I need to know how to learn how to talk to sophisticated people, investors, people who have money, and people who aren't just first-time home buyers. So I definitely need to be more in my game. But taking from what I know as far as just basic selling, basic relationship building, and using the same CRMs and the different systems, I think I've got a lot of stuff to offer as far as skills. But I also know that there's a lot to learn. And there was a question I did want to ask you, Justin, is the mentorship programs, because I have had mentors in the past, but what kind of mentorship programs do you guys have?
So for mentorship programs, we have programs set in place that you can sign up for and kind of become a part of, where we're with you every step of the way, especially starting off. We're there if you need advice, if you need any kind of references, if you need a place to start. We have a mentorship program in place. We do take a 10% commission of your off of the top, but we do offer a lot of. It's for a lot of help. We'll always be there, ready to give you anything you need throughout the way, no matter what it is. Okay. So we do have some in place. We have a few options as well.
I definitely, if you guys are okay with getting me on board eventually, I would love to be in the mentorship program, because I know, of course, I'd be making less money, but I've heard there's a quote by Tony Robbins and a lot of other great influencers. The biggest investment you can make is in yourself. And that is something I am so adamant about. So that's also why I want to be here. It's just to learn and to grow. But yeah, that's one question I have for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good question. We get those a lot because a lot of times new people come into the company do need or think they need some kind of mentorship program. So that's really good to hear that you're interested in that. This brings me to my final question. So where do you think you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Oh man.
Just as a way to gauge where you think you want to go with your life.
Well, you never know, first of all. Yes. I mean, of course, you got to think and ponder. Planning is, of course, key to success. But, man, 5 years. I mean, I'm 22.
Oh, you're definitely young.
Yeah. But, I mean, I know I want to be out here in San Diego, selling real estate. I'd really, you guys are top of my list. So I see myself being successful with you guys as a single agent for a while, for maybe a couple of years, and just kind of learning the ropes, learning the market, and just really, really mastering this thing. And eventually, every couple of years, just depending on how well I do, if I start blowing up, I definitely want to get an assistant. And I read a book called from Gary Keller. It's a huge book called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, and they talk about the team building model of whenever you kind of you grow your business and your sales, you kind of offset some of those tasks like phone calls and runners and that sort of thing, and you hire out things like assistants and other agents. So I really love the idea of scaling my business to get buyer agents, seller consultants, and different kind of assistants and contract specialists to kind of work under me. Eventually, once I learn, once I learn, there, of course, there's, a timing with it. But I really feel that in 5 years, I can have that happen. And of course, I'm willing to bust my tail, man. And I'm sure, I don't know if I've gotten that across to you, Justin, but this is something that I'm passionate about and that I want to go full force with. And I see myself being a huge, just a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah. I actually enjoy what you've been saying, because I've noticed you do have a lot of knowledge already and a lot of interest, and you've done a lot of research. And I think that 5-year plan is actually very doable. I think that's a great place to start and a great place to expand to. So it's good to see that you have that kind of idea in your head.
Yeah, man. I'm really big about mentorship. I know I'm super early in this thing, and I want to learn as much as I can. I want to whoever you've got that knows what he's doing. I'm sure all you guys are great, but I want to learn from the best. I want to be able to immerse myself, get to the office, and just see it happen.
Yes. So we actually really enjoy having that quality in people we look to hire, because we do also agree that mentorship is a really great tool and a really important part of this kind of profession. So all right, yeah, that's all the questions I have. We actually think, so this is like the end of the line in terms of your interview process, and from what I've gotten so far, I think we'd actually like to offer you a position here if you're willing to accept. We have a couple orientation days next week, if you starting next week, if you're available for that, to come to that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Look, I'm still in my moving process right now, so I'll be kind of moved in, and I'll have my license and everything in the next couple of months. I just have to transfer my license over here. Is it do you guys have any classes going on in July or?
Yeah, so actually we have classes every month.
Okay.
Just depends on whenever you're available, because we can work with you.
Gotcha. Well, I'd love to get started as soon as possible. So you got a yes from me.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Justin, thanks so much for meeting with me. I will let